Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks alongside you know who, Mr. Ken Golden, the professor himself.
How is everybody? What's happening?
It's Friday afternoon, end of the work week. I'm ready for the weekend.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready for the weekend.
It's a crazy week for
It was
me.
a crazy week. It was a crazy week. But, it's like the week is over, got my taxes done, paid the accountant. We actually we overpaid last year, so we get a little bit of money back, but I don't actually get to keep that because they I do the quarterly thing, so it just so I don't owe the government any money for the first
Yeah,
quarter, which is great. So gotta
great.
love that. So come tax day next month, I don't have to pay anything.
I did all my Laser's Edge stuff, all my reports. This weekend I'll work on the personal stuff, the household stuff, and then I'll send it off to the accountant next week and cross my fingers.
That's
He's
all you can do. That's all you
he's very good at hiding things. So, you know.
can do. They have to
So
be good. That's why we pay them, right?
that's right. Well, absolutely, absolutely. So listen, before we start, I have to make a public apology. So apparently it came to my attention that last week when I got up to reach for something, I bared my ass crack,
Oh,
and, and apparently it excited a lot of people. You know who you are out there, so it's not going to happen again. At least not
did people
intentionally.
put comments in the video?
Apparently, there were some comments about my bare ass crack. So now you could all, if you all want to see my ass crack, you can go back and watch last week's video.
No,
But you might get excited again. So I don't know, but I can't promise. But like I said, you know who you are, and it was not intentional. And
uh, Ken
hopefully,
Golden, the 2025 sex symbol. Who knew?
you know, well, I knew, but you but it wasn't really common knowledge. But so what are you gonna do?
Hey,
So
someone's got to compete with Simon Bray and Lynn Versace and Karen La Preziosa, right? Those are resident sex symbols of the channel. So
without question, without
that's
question. So prog seed, Professor's picks. We have our entrant.
there you
The
go.
last thing before I get into the new stuff, I just want to show off. We're putting out May 9th. We're putting out a new CD from Eden Bridge, so you could all see it backwards. So we have that, and it's gonna be kind of cool. Comes with a comes with like a poster thing with the lyrics and all kinds of chazarai. So
Cool.
hang it on your wall and could do stuff. And anyway, that's out May 9th. We're taking pre-orders for it. So pre-order it, please. Yeah, and we got Sons of Rock. We got Sons of Rock coming up April 11th.
Yeah. So for those wanting to see what that looks like, there
Yep.
it is right here.
Yep. And yeah, and Sons of Ra, I think they're going to be playing in Baltimore. I think, and Ian Song going to be playing in Brooklyn, and they're going to be playing. They're doing like a release party, I think, with John Galgano from Is, and they're also going to be playing up in Canada festival. I think it's Terra Incognita festival. So yeah, so things are happening,
Cool.
and we're going to be releasing. I think I may have mentioned this. We're doing this phenomenal instrumental symphonic prog album project called Agripelter, and I haven't formally announced it yet. We're going to be doing that in the next week or two, and that's going to be for the end of June, and that's with Matthias Olsson and Jonas Reingold, and it's really nice stuff. A lot of mellotron. It's really cool. So we'll be talking about that in the future. So anyway, I got a lot of stuff this week, so I'm going to try and blaze through it as best I can.
All right.
You ready to start?
Yep.
I'm ready to start. Okay, let's get the one pre-order out of the way. The reformed Magic Pi. It's called Maestro. We've got a CD and vinyl, and that is out May 16th. Norwegian band, and I actually saw them at Rossfest years ago.
Yep. Me
And
too.
yeah, they're a nice mix of. I mean, they're a prog rock band, but there's a little bit of like a 70s hard rock element to what they do. Like if you were like a Uriah Heep fan or something like that, you'd probably dig Magic Pie.
Yeah. Great
All
band.
right, let's get into the regular CDs. Now, I took like notes so I sound more intelligent than I have in the past. maybe. So let's see. If you see me looking down, you'll understand why. First release is by a Finnish band called Aether, the Serpent. They say it's a prog metal band, and they compare them to Meshuggah, Opeth, and King Crimson. So I listened to a little bit of it. Coarse mix of coarse and clean vocals. Not like my style per se, but if you're a little more adventurous, if you're into Meshuggah, could be something for you. So you ever see Meshuggah? I saw them once.
Many times. Yep. Yep.
I saw them with Sean Malone. We went to see them in Philly, Trocadero, many years ago.
Sugar is a force of nature live.
I just remember Frederick Thorndall just rolling around on his back, you know, while he was playing. He was shredding away like on his back. All right, next thing. I digress. Flame Drop, second album from Flame Drop, Beyond Cosmic Infinity. Did they send that to you? Because I know you reviewed the last one, the first one.
I just got the last one, so I haven't heard that one yet.
Great. It's two-man, well, it's essentially like a two-man band. I think there are other guys playing on it. And keyboards, guitar, great guitar work. And the keyboards have like a real spacey quality. I hear a lot of Pink Floyd, even some Eloy, all instrumental, long tracks, really good stuff. I wouldn't call it space rock per se, and some people might categorize it as fusion, but it's not. It's just good instrumental prog rock. Really well done. Next one of the great bands, Guru Guru, the 1971 Bremen concert. This is put out by Made in Germany, and they licensed the recording from Radio Bremen. Perfect quality, full show, and they're the godfathers of, psychedelic. They're the psychedelic power trio of all psychedelic power trios.
And that's the original trio there, right? Yeah.
Original trio. You got Mani Newmeyer on drums, Uli Trepte on bass, and Ax Steinrich on guitar. And it's, the LSD March, and it's phenomenal. If you like that old crazed psychedelic stuff, this is one you need to have in your collection from 1971. Next, we had this on CD, and the Blu-ray showed up weeks late. Halloween live at Budokan. So power metal, and we got it. You listen to it, now you want to see it, you can see it.
The Halloween United lineup, or Pumpkins United, whatever the hell they call it, with all the big bands. I call it the Halloween big bands. Great.
All the guys,
Yeah.
all the singers. And,
Yeah, Michael Kiske and the whole crew is there. Yeah.
All right, this just showed up. Jadis, live snapshot. Long-running British neo-prog band, live set. All of our copies are autographed by the band. People like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. In fact, I forgot, and when I took them out of the box, I thought, what the hell is all this writing? I'm like, what? This one is interesting. Janus Gravedigger Hybrid. Remember I turned you on to Janus Gravedigger? Mm-hmm. So great album, I always thought. A British band that recorded their album in Germany, 1971, I think it was. I should know that, but I don't know that. Around 71, came out on EMI Harvest in Germany. Had a cult following over the years, and the main guy in the band, Colin Orr, it seems that I guess he had access to the multi-tracks and he had the rights. So he went back to the multi-tracks. He stripped some stuff out and he added stuff. He added parts to it and he turned it into something new. And normally I would say, who the hell wants that? I listened to it. I was surprised. It was really good. I mean, he kind of enhanced some stuff. He has his daughters doing like some harmony vocals and stuff, like on the title track Gravedigger, which is a great tune. And it was sort of faithful, like just a reinterpretation of the original album. So you've got the original parts there and new parts. laid down on top of it. I was surprised. I thought it was like, why did I order this? And I listened to it, like, I was surprised. This was really, really nice. And the old version's not available anymore. I mean, we have it on vinyl, but this is something new and pretty cool.
That
So
original album was very good.
yeah. So this, and I'm not going to say this is better or worse. It's different. I've only heard it once, but I was surprised because, frankly, I was expecting the worst, and it was tasteful and pretty cool. We had the vinyl of this, and this shipped to us late. This is Camelot, the Black Halo, the 20th anniversary edition. So one of the classic Camelot albums. There's nothing additional to it, as far as I could tell. It's just, I guess it's been out of print for a while. It's the 20th anniversary, so now you can get it. So we have it. Another one that this was weird. The new one from Lacuna Coil, Sleepless Empire. We had the CD weeks ago and the vinyl. We had ordered the box set, and that never arrived until a few days ago. So comes with a six. I'm reading here. I'm reading. It comes with a 6-panel digipack, 12-page booklet, a poster, something called a dice oracle in a velvet pouch. If you're a Lacuna Coil completist, you fetish over the band. They're a great band. We have this box set version, and just brought in, not a huge quantity of them, but some of you may want this. Neoprog, really, really good British, actually Scottish neoprog, Long Earth. We had this one is called An Ordinary Life, which is their new album, and we also brought in cheap copies of a previous one called Once Around the Sun. We had a different one called The Source a week or two ago. It was sold out immediately. So again, it's if you're a Pendragon fan, IQ, that whole Marillion, you're into that whole scene.
Hmm.
This is really, really well done. This is the newest one, An
You
Ordinary
good,
Life.
Stephen Reed? You watching?
Actually, I asked Stephen about it because they're from Glasgow,
Right.
and I asked Stephen had not heard of them, but he listened to their album on Bandcamp, and he made a point of texting me. He said, "I really like this."
I figured
So
he would. Yeah.
yeah, that's right in Stephen's wheelhouse, and it's and normally not my thing, but this is really good. And so that's the new one. This is the previous one. We got a deal on Once Around the Sun. Next, we got Octopus, The Lost Tapes. Octopus, German symphonic, uh, not metal, I'm sorry, symphonic progressive rock band from the early 70s, female vocalist, and Jenny Hensel was the vocalist. So apparently they turned up tape, like their original audition tape or demos from 1974. And this is the music that got them their deal with Sky Records. If you're familiar with Earth and Fire, the Dutch band Earth and Fire, Octopus sounds a lot like Earth and Fire. And they did put out some nice albums, like Boat of Thoughts came out on Sky Records. This is older, even older material. Now let's get into some metal. Nivion, Queen of Phantoms, U.S. power metal, I believe, from California. The singer is Norman Skinner. He's also in Imagica, and he's the current vocalist in Forbidden. Your mileage may vary. Submarine Silence, with a very peculiar name of Atonement of a Former Sailor Turned Pain, with a very peculiar cover.
That is a dragon head, right? I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that is clearly a dragon head, and they're actually they're Italian band doing 70s prog. They have a very strong Genesis influence and long tracks, and we actually this didn't make it into the previous update because we sold out of them immediately, like gone. I was like, I didn't bother putting it in the update, and so we just got a restock on it. And you like old Gabriel period Genesis, you could do much worse than Submarine Silence. I mean, it's fun. It's pretty cool. Next one we got. What do we got here? This is am I out of order? No, I'm not out of order. We just jumped in the alphabet. Valorch, the circle. This is Italian power metal. That's all I can tell you. I haven't heard it. I don't know. So there's one that I feel like I missed. In fact, I know that there's one that I missed. Bear with me one second before I move on because it's going to bug the living shit out of me if I don't. So I'm going to my website, lasercd.com. I mentioned Nivian. I mentioned Valorch. And where the hell did I do with the other one? Oh, wow. Is this, oh, maybe, no. I got it. So, no, I didn't. Valorch is symphonic folk metal. And I believe this one may be with a female singer. I'm not 100% sure. And poke around the website. It's possible there is one that I missed, but a new Italian title. Because I remember that there was some band that was sort of in that Within Temptation style. Next thing, DVD. This is a double DVD set. And also, I'm warning everybody, it's PAL format. If you're not sure if you could play it, don't buy it. It's from the festival in Veruno, Italy that runs every year. And this is who's on it. You have Agusa, you have Annika van Giersbergen, you have Free Kitchens on here, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Symphony X is on here, Seven Impale from Norway, Odessa, the Italian band, the Enid, Mir, and I think there are some other bands on there as well. So you get, I think Wobbler may be on here also. Typically you get like a couple of tracks from each band. So it's spread out across two DVDs. It's pro shot, but again, PAL format. Make sure you can play it because if you can't, I ain't taking it back. So beware. All right, restocks. The Far Cry, Once There Was, I mentioned it last week, sold out immediately. Really great Connecticut band, offshoot from Holding Pattern. It's got that 70s classic prog rock in its DNA. You get ELP, Kansas, Yes, Genesis. It's all thrown into a pot, stirred around, and you come out with something that resembles the Far Cry. So we got Once There Was, and then we also got in their restock of their previous one called If Only. We restocked Ujigami, the Italian fusion band. We got it on CD and we got it on vinyl as well. Also selling quite well as soon as we got it back. We got the previous album as well. We may have a few copies left. I don't know if we'll still have them by the time this airs, but if you see it, you should grab it because we don't really have enough to feature it here. So if you see it, it'll be gone instantly. All right, we'll hit the vinyl. We got Agnes Pinturas y Expresiones. This is very rare Argentinian prog. First side has more of like a folk element to it, and the second side is a bit more traditional symphonic. Did you get to play it yet, Pete?
No, not yet. Not yet. I've been too busy with the lift, so I'm trying to do these one at a time.
Yeah, yeah. I was so disappointed they changed the art on the lift, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but the cover is great.
Oh, it's kind of crazy, yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
this is way better than Greg's old CD release, but
well, yeah, that was lit, yeah. So we actually have a couple of copies left, I think, of Lift. We keep restocking it. Next thing we got in is Easter Island. I think you have Easter Island you reviewed.
not yet. It's coming.
Oh, I thought you had. I'm sorry. So Easter Island, again, classic American prog. And, if you're into any of those bands, like we're talking Lift, Mirthrand, or whatever, 70s, American prog. And then we also got in Submarine Silence. We have it on vinyl. Now we get to the long part of this episode
Cheap
and
shit.
the cheap shit. So, as I said, on the website, what did I call it? I think I called it, let's see, I gave the little section a name. It's underneath the feature releases, and we call it cheap sells, but who's buying? So it's mostly all metal. And I'm out of my element on some of the stuff. Pete, please jump in. I made
My phone's
notes.
ringing. Dave Mustaine wants to talk to you after that.
There you go. Yeah. Dave, check is in the mail. So I'm going to blow through these. If I know anything of substance, I'll mention it. First thing is, but please, Pete, help out. First one I got here, Agent Steel. No other gods before me. I should mention these are all like $6, $8. Everything here is all very cheap. So Agent Steel was American power metal, right?
Great 80s power metal band from the US. Yeah, really good stuff.
Okay. Amulet, The Inevitable War. All I know is British old school power metal. A lot of this is on Dissonance Records, which is sort of under Cherry Red's umbrella. All right, what do we got next? We have two different releases with the exact same cover by Ascension of the Watchers. There's Apocrypha, and then there's Translations and Apocrypha Remixed, and that's a 2 CD version. And as I recall, they are American industrial metal band with Burt Bell from Fear Factory. That's what I know. All right, next. Atomcroft, Queen of Death, 1986 new wave of British heavy metal. I think it was an EP and they added it on a bonus track. You ever hear of them?
Heard of the name, never heard it though.
There you go. Cauldron, Into the Cauldron, Canadian power metal. Now this is a weird one. This is a prog rock release. It's a French guy named J.J. Chardot. It's called Interra Cognita. It's a rock opera. And these are the people that are on here. He's got Brian Auger. He's got Jerry Goodman from Mahavishnu, Danny Seraphim and Jason Sheff from Chicago, John Halliwell from Supertramp, Martin Barr from Jethro Tull, Mark Andes from Spirit, John McPhee from the Doobie Brothers, Michael Sadler from Saga, Alex Lidgertwood, who was with Santana, and Christian and Francois de Camp from Ange.
Wow.
$6.
Strange collection of people there, but
Kind of a strange one, and it got mixed in with all of this metal stuff. Okay. Okay, we got two releases from Desolation Angels, King and While the Flame Still Burns. You familiar with them?
heard the name, never heard them.
New wave of British heavy metal. Apparently old reissues of old releases. Two releases by Earth. We have Angels of Darkness, Demons of Light 2, and A Bureaucratic Desir. And they call this drone metal. And have you ever heard of Earth?
Other than the fact that that was Black Sabbath's original name, no.
Right. And
I'm sure that's why they've used it. So yeah.
when I talked to Jim Simpson, did I ever tell that story? I don't know if I told that story. When I was trying to do, I think it was Indian Summer, Jim Simpson was the original manager of Black Sabbath and also Indian Summer. And I called him because I was interested in doing something in Indian Summer. And we were talking about Black Sabbath, and he told me he had like Earth material. But he said to me, he says, if I ever tried to release it, Sharon would have me killed.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
He wasn't kidding. He really wasn't kidding. So Earth is called drone metal, and I listened to a bit of it. And if you ever really wanted to punish your neighbors, buy these 2 CDs by Earth. So just, whew. All right, a little more expensive, but only because it's a 5 CD box set. Ken Hensley, Tales of Live Fire and Other Mysteries. Ken Hensley, a great keyboard player from Uriah Heep. This is 5 CDs of material from his solo material and live and studio. Then we also have a more recent studio album, I believe, called Trouble. It's with his band Live Fire.
We're very good. If you like his stuff with Uriah Heep, you'll like them. It's similar type stuff.
Yeah. Gee. Two releases by Holosade, Hell House and Anastasis. They are British thrash metal, current thrash metal band. Next thing, this was a weird one. They're called Holy Mountain, Ancient Astronauts. Great cover. British stoner rock. They describe themselves as Sun Ra meets Deep Purple. Right? It's kind of yeah, it's kind of crazy stoner stuff. Magica, U.S. power metal. Only Heart Dark survive. Now this one's an interesting one. This is a band I never heard of, but I know the people in it. Geronimo Road, live at the Orange. Damian Wilson and Adam Wakeman are in the band.
Oh, they were signed to Magna Carta, but then they never released anything, right? Because they had a song on one of those tribute albums, and then never heard from them again. Wow.
Well, it's a live recording. It's all original material. They do actually, I think they do a cover of like Starship Trooper or something on there, like
Yeah, they
at
were on
the
the
end.
Yes, they were on the Yes tribute album that Magna Carta
Yeah,
released. I remember everybody was all excited about them, and then never heard another word from them.
I think we got a bunch of them $6.
Wow.
So yeah. Next we have two by Mind Wars. What is it? The Mind Wars, the fourth turning and do unto others. Mind Wars. This is U.S. thrash metal. Omnium Gatherum, the Nuclear Blast recordings, Finnish melodic death metal. This is two albums. I should know what they are, but I don't. Softies. What does it say? Softies and August Light, Steal the Light, Years and Waste. Maybe it's three albums. I guess I don't know. Two double CD set. It's cheap. You like them? We got it.
Yeah,
Orange,
they're a good band.
Orange Goblin, Healing Through Fire. It's a two CD set. It has the 2007 studio album and a live CD from 2006. You an Orange Goblin fan?
I like some of their stuff. Yeah, good band.
How would you describe them?
I mean, they're a stoner metal band. They're just they don't really sound like anybody else. They that sometimes they have like more of like if you could picture Motorhead gone stoner. Big riffs. I like some of their latter stuff. I haven't heard a lot of their early albums, but they're a good solid band. I like.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they one of the original stoner bands?
Yeah, I mean their history goes back so like them and Fu Manchu and
Yeah,
they're one of that original kind of group, but not
right.
obviously they're British and they're not from
Yeah,
California.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's not desert rock or whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
no.
Yeah.
Good band though.
Okay. All right, we're near the end, I promise. I have two from Pelican. When We All Come to Need and Forever Becoming. And Pelican instrumental post metal. And it's whatever however you want to interpret it. It's very heavy. It's all instrumental, man. It's like a wall of sound at you, and it's pretty brutal. So,
I
not
always
my.
laugh at this whole post metal, post rock, post this, post that, post prog. It's like, what does that all mean? But yeah, Pelican is just that's yeah, it's like a wall of sound. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's just it's different.
Yeah, moves a little slow,
Yeah.
and it's like, what does drone metal mean? I don't know. They come up with these names, and All right, next two we got, and then we're done. Bernie Shaw and Dale Collins. Too much information. Bernie Shaw is Uriah Heep's vocalist, still
Yep.
current vocalist,
Yep.
right? An album did. Dale Collins, I believe, is a Canadian guitarist, and something that the two of them did. And then months ago, we had Cheapies of the Sword, Low Country. Now we have the Sword, High Country. They're a U.S. power metal band based out of Austin, Texas. Kind of like as I recall, like a bit of like a 70s flavor to them.
Yeah, kind of stoner, doom. Their later stuff is a little more psychedelic and yeah, great band. It's much missed.
And that's what I got this week.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, you're talking about Bernie Shaw. God, he's almost in Heat now, 40 years.
really,
Think about it. Yeah. It's just about 40 years. I think he joined Heap in like 86 or 87. God, it's getting
I
old.
wonder if LeBron has this CD. We're gonna have. I mean, I'm holding back stuff for next week. We got in stuff like the camel reissues. Are putting them out in boxes, and we're gonna put that up for next week because it's just too much stuff already. And
Who's doing those camel reissues?
who did them?
Yeah,
Esoteric.
I saw.
There's
I figured as much. Okay, just
yeah, there's Moon Madness, there's Mirage, there's Nude, and then there's Pressure Points. Those are the
okay.
four. They're doing them in waves. So there's a lot of stuff for next week. I just kind of spreading the wealth around,
That
and
makes sense.
we're gonna have a completely unknown fusion album, two albums next week that I think are gonna just absolutely blow people away. So stand by. But good stuff this week. We're gonna have good stuff next week too.
Cool. All right.
That's right.
As always, lasercd.com is the URL to go to, and we will have the entire list of everything Ken showed and spoke about today listed there as well for all you copy and paster freaks, right? So that'll be down below in the comments. And as we always say, happy shopping. And
Buy a lot, buy often.
that's right. See, I don't even have to prompt you to do that anymore. See that?
Hmm.
It's like a well-oiled machine we got going on here, right?
Good. That's what. Hey, it took me a while to get you into it, but
So lots of good stuff. So go investigate and whatever you do pick up, enjoy it because that's what this is all about. It's all about finding new music and finding your next favorite album because there are plenty of them out there. So
take a chance. Take a chance.
yeah,
Particularly on the cheap ones.
I mean, finding jewels in the rough like that, that's it's a great thing. I always
Yeah,
take advantage of the cheap stuff.
yeah, like that Geronimo Road. Never heard of it. And then I saw it. I was like, woo.
I never thought I would hear that name again. That's amazing because that was like I remember back in the height of the Magna Carta days, that was the one band that everybody thought, well, this is going to be the next big band on this label. And then they
Just
disappeared. They never did anything. So if that's a live performance with original stuff that they're,
yeah, I listened to it. Quality's okay. It's clearly a live recording. You hear the audience and everything, and yeah,
they must not
it's
have played many shows. That's that,
probably not.
yeah.
Probably not. They, as you can see, they spared all expense on the artwork.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
be interesting to hear. Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together. You know where, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. We got coming up tomorrow on the review crew. Jamie Laszlo is resurrecting album homework assignment. We haven't seen it here on the channel in a few years, so he's put together a really bigger crew than normal. He's paired off two in twos, and they've given each other homework assignments, albums they've never heard before to listen to. They're going to talk about them on the show tomorrow. So that's coming up. And then on Sunday, George Lemie and I will be ranking the catalog of this very cool band from Australia, Caligula's Horse. So tune into that. It's an impossible catalog to rank because all the albums are so damn good, but we'll do our best. So if you like Australian prog metal slash atmospheric prog, that's coming up on Sunday with Caligula's Horse. And we'll see you all then. Till next time, here at the Professor's Picks for Ken Golden, I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. See you soon. Bye bye.
here.